A throwaway line about tofu skin ended up traveling further online than the entire brand campaign built around it, and that gap says more about how fame moves right now than the dress everyone posted. At Rabbit News Hallyu, we noticed the mismatch before anyone explained it. The outfit was the assignment, the sword was the visual, but the tofu skin comment was the one thing nobody scripted. On July 31st, Tian Xiwei showed up in Wuhan for a luxe hair care event, and for about an hour the internet did exactly what a brand wants it to do. She wore a purple sequined halter dress, gradient from deep violet to lilac, dense with sparkle that read like a night sky under stage lighting, with 3D floral appliques and jeweled petal details at the waist. Netizens nicknamed her the Purple Princess almost immediately. She carried a long prop sword wound in iris blossoms, a deliberate collision of soft fabric and cold metal that on-site press described as sweetness meeting heroism. The hashtag for the look trended. The photo circulated. On paper, the campaign worked exactly as designed. Lux got its imagery, the product got its moment, and the internet did the distribution work for free. Then, in the middle of a live stream tied to that same event, she said something that wasn't in any press release. Every time she comes to Wuhan, she eats Doupi, a local dried tofu skin dish, and she called the city humble, with deep cultural roots. That's it. No reveal, no controversy, no scripted emotional beat. Within hours, two separate hashtags built around her love of Doupi were outperforming the hashtag for the dress the brand actually paid for, and by August 1st the topic had reportedly pulled in tens of millions of views. The biggest clue here isn't the sword or the sequins at all, it's sitting in the gap between what the brand built and what the internet decided to run with. This isn't really new territory for her. Back in December 2025, she was photographed carrying a container of Wuhan Sanxian Doupi all the way home to Zhejiang, and people online joked, half serious, that it had to be extraordinary to justify hauling food across provinces. Then on July 31st, the same day as the Lux event, she posted a personal photo of 3 Doupi leaves to mark the end of July. Fans didn't treat that as a coincidence, they treated it as confirmation of a running bit they'd already built around her, one patient enough to stretch across 8 months. By August 1st, the Doupi hashtags were still climbing, with fans posting their own plates of the dish and strangers reportedly ordering it after seeing the posts. From a media strategy standpoint, that's the part worth sitting with. A scripted campaign moment and an unscripted personal habit were competing for the same attention span on the same day, and the unscripted won by a wide margin. There's a reason that keeps happening across the industry, and it isn't luck. Branded content is built to be recognized as branded content, polished, on message, easy to scroll past because audiences have learned exactly what it is before it finishes loading. A personal food habit repeated across 8 months carries none of that friction. It reads as unmanaged, which is precisely why algorithms and fan communities treat it as more shareable. Entertainment marketing teams have understood this trade-off for years. The asset they control predictably underperforms the asset they can't fully control, because the second one feels found rather than delivered. It's worth noting the brand still benefited indirectly. Her live stream demonstrations, making a scented hairpin and testing volume with the actual iris grapefruit shampoo, happened inside the same broadcast that the Doupi comment came from, so the sponsor's product rode along on borrowed attention even if it wasn't the headline. There's a risk management layer to this too, one that talent agencies think about more than fans usually realize. Brand events in second-tier cities like Wuhan carry real commercial value, but they rarely generate headline-level coverage on their own. The wardrobe is polished, the choreography is safe, and the ceiling on organic buzz is limited by design. An offhand personal comment costs nothing to produce, carries none of the approval chains that a scripted campaign line would require, and yet consistently delivers a bigger reach ceiling than the thing everyone actually planned. Agencies that have caught onto this pattern elsewhere in the industry have started treating unscripted personality beats less like accidents to be managed and more like a second, cheaper marketing channel running in parallel to the official one. For Tian Xiwei specifically, leaning into that dynamic rather than fighting it looks less like an accident and more like a low-risk, low-effort form of image management. Talking about food doesn't require the narrative control that discussing a role, a rumor, or a co-star relationship would. It's safe territory that still generates warmth, and warmth is exactly what keeps a fanbase engaged between projects. Whether that's a deliberate choice on her part or simply a habit fans happen to seize on, the source material doesn't tell us, but the pattern of repetition, stretching from December 2025 to the end of July 2026, suggests it's become part of how she's perceived in Wuhan specifically, somewhat independent of whatever she's actually promoting there. Fan behavior backs that up. During the live stream, she took hairpins handed to her by fans, posed for group photos, and played an unscripted beauty voice test game involving a coffee cup and a folding fan pulled from a mystery box, small, human, and completely outside the brand's talking points. Those moments don't trend the way the dress did, but they're the connective tissue that makes a food joke feel earned instead of random. Parasocial attachment doesn't usually form around a sponsored product, it forms around the sense that you know something specific and slightly silly about a person, which is exactly what She Always Eats Doupi offers an international audience with zero context on Wuhan cuisine. There's a wider soft power angle here too, and it's easy to miss if you only look at the domestic numbers. A hyperlocal dish that most viewers outside China have never heard of just became a talking point translated across international fan spaces, attached to a celebrity, a city, and a brand all at once. That's a more organic form of cultural export than most tourism campaigns manage on purpose. Wuhan didn't pay for that association. It arrived as a side effect of one actress repeating a personal preference often enough that it became her signature, which is a reminder that in an international entertainment economy, authenticity travels across language barriers in a way polished campaign copy usually doesn't. International audiences don't need to know what Sanxian Doupi tastes like to understand the shape of the story, a public figure who keeps coming back to the same humble dish in the same city, unprompted, over and over, across 8 months. That kind of consistency reads as sincerity in any language, which is exactly why it outran a professionally lit campaign photo that took a full production team to produce. Here's where it gets more interesting than a single event. Buried at the very end of the live stream, after the dress, after the sword, after the Doupi confession, she also promoted her new drama, Genius Girlfriend, in which she plays Lin Jixia, premiering August 2nd. That's the actual professional milestone tied to this appearance, timed deliberately 2 days out, and it's still got the least attention of anything that happened that day. If an unscripted personal detail can consistently outtrend both a paid campaign and an actual project launch, that's not just a quirky footnote about tofu skin. It's a signal about where audience attention is actually going in Chinese entertainment marketing right now, and it may be forcing agencies to rethink what they're optimizing for when they plan these appearances in the first place. That shift shows up elsewhere in the industry too. Brand ambassadors whose off-script personality moments generate more organic reach than the products they're contracted to promote, drama press cycles competing with live-stream small talk for the same 24 hours of attention, and marketing teams increasingly building space for unscripted beats into otherwise tightly controlled events, because they've noticed audiences can tell the difference between the two. None of that is unique to Tian Xiwei. What her case shows clearly is how fast that imbalance becomes visible when the unscripted moment happens to be something as ordinary as tofu skin. None of this means the Lux campaign failed, and it doesn't mean her drama launch will underperform because of a food joke. Campaigns and premieres are measured over longer windows than a single trending topic, and A Genius Girlfriend still has its own release day news cycle ahead of it. But the order in which attention landed on July 31st, dress, sword, Doupi, then, quietly, the actual project she's launching 2 days later, is worth remembering the next time an industry conversation settles entirely on the wardrobe. If you like entertainment stories that go past the headline, the kind that catch the quiet signal most coverage skips right over, Rabbit News Hallyu is built exactly for that. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just news.